Hi guys, we're here to give you some tips and strategies on how to survive AP Chemistry 101. Our number one tip and strategy is to come to Mr. Caprio's morning reviews. Yes, you're gonna have to get to school early. Yes, it's gonna be in the morning, and it's not gonna be fun. But there is one thing. One thing. It's going to help you because he gives past AP exam FRQ questions, and it's just a good way to review the day before the test, and also it gives you an idea of what you're gonna have the next day. So it's good.
Our second tip is don't take notes in class when he's talking. Just pay attention, and then when you go home later that night, read the lecture again and take notes then.
Our third tip is to start reviewing beforehand. Make your own study schedule. It's much better to study beforehand so you know what you're going into the day of the test and not get a 60.
60s are no bueno. Okay, when you get lost in a lesson and you feel like it's an information overload, don't give up. Because even though you don't understand what's going on, and trust me, everybody's been there, even though you don't get what's going on, just try to hold on and try to grab something from what he's explaining, even if you don't understand what's going on. Grab a sentence here and there, remember it, and then later on when you're learning or reviewing the lesson, you're going to remember that and it's going to end up helping you. So,
another tip that we have is don't give up when you do get a bad grade, because trust me, at least everybody gets at least one test that they're not going to like, because the forms are, some of them are very difficult. And when you do get a bad grade, don't give up. Just take a deep breath and know that you're going to do better on the next one, because there's so many other tests that you can make it up with.
Another tip is to make a study schedule for the AP exam. The AP exam is not easy, and the topics you took in the very beginning of the year, you're not going to remember. Make a study schedule, go over especially thermochem, and
Delta G, Delta H, Delta S, all that cool stuff.
All the stuff you stressed about in the beginning, just go over it again, even though it's going to be even more stressful, but you'll get through it.
Another tip that we have is that after Mr. Cabrio teaches a lesson and you feel like you don't get anything, which is, quite often in this course for most people, actually take the time to learn it when you come home. He's gonna have these lecture slides. It's gonna be 30 pages, but that's fine. When you get home, just scroll through them, read everything slowly. If you want to take your own notes of the notes, highlight, annotate, anything that you feel you need to do to make sure that you understand the lecture, do that day when you get home, so that when he teaches a lesson the next day, you understand what's going on and you're better able to comprehend things.
Another tip that we have is to study the day before dual day. Well, you should be studying a little bit before, but especially before dual day, which is an extra credit opportunity. You'll learn more about it later when you have your first test, and it'll really help you understand where you're at in your studying and what else you need to cover before the actual exam.
Alright guys, so in terms of preparation for the exam versus preparing for the tests, do the lecture worksheets. I feel like personally the lecture worksheets helped me when it came to the AP exam, because the AP exam is more straightforward, but Mr. Caprio's tests are not that straightforward. It's going to take one concept and it's going to stretch it out really far. So to prepare for Mr. Caprio's test, I suggest doing past FRQs and rereading the lectures, and then to prepare for the exam, look at the lecture worksheets.
Alright, so another tip that we have is when he gives you the lecture worksheets that cover the lesson that you guys learn, don't copy the answers down. I know he gives you the answer keys and it may seem tempting, but in the long run for the actual exam and for the test on the unit, it's going to help you so much, because doing actual practice problems helps a lot more than just memorizing and fully grasping the subject.
This course will be a journey, so good luck.